This is a Stevens 35. It's a 22 caliber break open single shot pistol that was sold between, this is second generation of the pistol. It was sold between about 1933 and 1943. Now this one is marked Stevens, well, J. Stevens, with the Chicopee Falls address, which means I'm told that when Savage acquired Stevens to gain additional manufacturing capacity in 1941, 1940, that address was changed to coincide with the location of Savage. Savage made a lot of machine guns and machine gun barrels for other manufacturers in World War II and needed the additional Stevens capacity. And the way you can tell this is a second generation is the first generation, which started around 1900 and lasted till about 1917. This trigger guard was cast. And the first model of the Model 35 was chambered for rimfire, all kinds of 25 Savage rimfire, 32 rimfire. And the second generation was 22 long rifle. Actually, Stevens developed a 22 long rifle cartridge. And it was also made in a 410 smoothbore shotgun. Right now belongs to an aunt, and she claims it belonged to her father, my grandfather, who would be 117 if he was alive today. When she gave this to me, it was non-functional. Now, it's so nice, and the screws are perfect. They almost, I hate to disassemble it. The problems are the firing pin is broken. And I don't know if this is unique to this model or if it's unique to this firearm in my hands. It's very hard to caulk. Did you hear that? That's the first click. Trigger moved forward, and the trigger can't be pulled because it's on half cock. There's a second cock. At this position, it's ready to fire. But it's very easy to get it to this position, in which case it won't fire. The only way to get it out of this position is to lift up on the hammer while the trigger's pulled. It's very difficult to do. And I hate to use a tool to pry on it. And that inadvertently fires it. Now normally you don't dry fire a 22 for fear of buggering up or displacing the metal around the chamber. The second reason for not dry firing a firearm, unless it's a military firearm, and then you don't do it if it's a rimfire 22, is because dry firing it may result in breaking the firing pin tip. I've removed the broken firing pin, and that was done by removal of a very small screw from this hole. The firing pin and the retainer screw I placed in this bag. Now when I ordered the firing pin, I ordered it from Gun Parts, Numerich. So there's the retaining screw and there's the broken firing pin. I ordered it from Gun Parts. You see Gun Parts Corporation, GPC. And it came in a matter of 4 days, I think. I paid for it with a credit card on the website. Cost me $22 and $11 shipping, so I paid $33 for this little part. Here you can see the pin. This is the retaining screw, and these are 2 pins. This is the new one. This one, of course, is the broken one. This is a spider. In preparation for making the video, after I'd received the parts, I looked at Jack First Gun Parts, who's another dealer in gun parts that I have dealt with. And this is a page for the 35, 34, 40, and so on. Okay? So here we have that firing pin, this firing pin, this firing pin, and there's more. This firing pin, and this firing pin. If the pin I got is correct, I just have to say I was lucky when I went to Numerich Gun Parts instead of Jack First Gun Parts. With a micrometer, I read 1845.5 on the old pin. And on the new pin, 1864, 1865. Which may be the reason that the new pin doesn't fit. A little bit of polishing on the pin, and in order to check the slides back and forth freely, I removed the barrel. Now the barrel was just this screw, and the underside of the barrel is slotted. It's actually a T-slot running with the barrel, and the barrel slides in and accepts this extractor in the T-slot, and the barrel slides up over the extractor. There we go. While we have this open, you can see that the serial number is 36871. Now, of the second series, there were 43,000 produced. So very possibly this was manufactured in the late 30s, very early 40s. I took it down to within 1,000th of what it was originally, and the new firing pin slides in just fine. I said that this notch right here should be to the side. That's incorrect. It should be down, 100% down, because this screw goes through the bottom of the notch, goes through the bottom. I think I'm going to furnish a little piece. I'm going to cut this off. It's a skewer of some sort, probably apples. Pretty long for that. If it's placed under the hook of the hammer and the hammer is dropped, it won't go past the second notch. And if it does, there it is. By breaking the handgun open and pulling the trigger, just go in here and pry it up. Now, I would not recommend prying it up if the barrel is closed. You could end up with an accidental discharge. But if you happen to pull it back too far, the first, the second, that's fine. I'll probably cut this off and maybe put a little handle on it. I think that this has been refinished, and I'll tell you why. The steel parts are just black and perfect. But this receiver frame is cast iron. Clear down here. It's all a cast part. And cast iron doesn't take nitrate bluing as well as steel does. But it does give it a pleasant plum color. It really makes, I think it makes it look good. You can see this cap retainer. It's nice and black because that's a steel part. This cap on the bottom of the grip is a separate part. You can see the parting line there, and very faintly back here. But this is cast, and this is cast. This is steel. The first model, I think they discontinued production in 1919. This was cast. Lockup is tight. No safety, except for the half cock. And because of the danger of going too far, I would not put a round in until, and this is not a normal way to do it, until we're on the second notch. Keep your trigger finger away from the trigger. Break it, load it, close it. Now it's very dangerous. And fire. I doubt that I can get a video of the test firing. If I do, it won't be the end of this video. If I don't, this is over. Please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please comment at the bottom. Thank you.